Blake Lively and Time Magazine are definitely regretting putting out that article where she was listed basically as a civil rights titan because the backlash has come in and it is destroying her and the magazine. So I reported that story yesterday about Blake being listed as in Time Magazine as one of the 100 most influential people in the world right now. And she was listed between Serena Williams and Simone Biles. And what they say about her is that she is a civil rights leader, which is so offensive. It's honestly comedy at this point. I don't even think I'm offended anymore by anything that this degenerate does, but I think it is just beautiful that more and more people are waking up to the lies and scams and just BS coming from Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. And more of the mainstream media are finally reporting on it. But I have this article here. Now, this was from the Daily Mail. They have been reporting a lot on what's going on with Blake and pretty accurately, I would say. Not always, but pretty much accurately. But if you do any research, I mean, TMZ, all these different outlets who have been essentially holding water for Blake and making excuses and really trying to both sides it, well, you're seeing that facade starting to crumble because people are realizing if you're seeing like day after day after day, receipt after receipt, they're pretty hard to ignore. So the tide is turning, but my oh my, let's get into this. And guys, make sure you are subscribed and you hit the notification bell. I'm continuing to grow this channel and I appreciate you guys for rocking with me, but we are going to stay on this case to the end. I have some really great rabbit trails I'm coming out with, but it just takes a little bit of time to get all of my receipts together. Here we go. Blake Lively slammed for disgusting and embarrassing inclusion on Time 100 Most Influential People list. Blake Lively has been slammed for the embarrassing and disgusting decision to include her in the Time 100. Okay, there's the title again. She was placed in the Titan section among heavyweights like tennis legend Serena Williams, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg, and podcast superstar Joe Rogan. Yeah, I forgot she was included with Joe Rogan. I mean, this is a C-list actress who most of her movies have not been hits. They've lost money. There's been, I think It Ends With Us made money that she starred in, made a lot of money, but there's no credit to her for that. As we know, she tried to ruin the movie. But it's just, I mean, the fact that out of all these people, I will say the most egregious is Simone Biles, like a world-class athlete and champion that, you know, this generation will probably never see again. And for her to be included is disgusting. But we know it's pay for play. People are researching how much it costs to actually be included in this. I think it has a lot to do with the PR agencies as well as the talent management, maybe WME. I don't know. We're researching. The Gossip Girl star was given the honor amid her war of lawsuits with Justin Baldoni, her co-star and director on last year's movie It Ends With Us. She received glowing tribute inside the magazine from civil rights attorney Cheryl Lynn Eiffel, which shame on you, Cheryl Lynn. And if she's part of the NAACP, it makes sense to me because there has been a lot of grifting, and even in the Black community, people who cannot stand them because it just seems like money is the only thing that matters. And they have just done so many shady things. But the organization as a whole, to have this out here and to put this out here like she's a civil rights leader, it is just horrendous, honestly. So she was the head of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund when Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, gave $1 million to the organization in 2019. Okay, so first it was $200,000 that was in the article, but now it's $1 million. Then there's some reports, oh, they gave $2 million. I would like to see receipts of this. Nobody has provided any receipts. And the only reason that they donated this money is because after multiple times, after year, they had been getting slammed and receiving so much backlash for their plantation wedding. Now, we've dug out more receipts than just the plantation wedding of things that they've done that have been horrible. But at that time, that was the main thing people knew about. So they only finally, after getting married in 2012, donated this money in 2019 because of the George Floyd protests. And people were bringing back up again their whole plantation wedding. So finally, they just threw some money at the problem. And that's supposed to make it all right. Well, at least to the NAACP, which is, again, like I said, pretty trifling. The donation came after 7 years after the Hollywood couple got married on a former slave plantation in South Carolina, a move that has repeatedly brought them fierce criticism, and for which Reynolds subsequently apologized. As news spread that Lively had been named to the named to the vaunted Time list, she and the magazine were both furiously condemned on social media. Ooh, it's pretty bad. Oh, so they're putting in all the different comments that people put out. Instead of reading them there, I want to show you. And let me show you first. This is what she had to say about the honor. She also posted a story about it. It says, "It's an honor to be acknowledged on the Time 100 list for 2025. To be written about by the great Sherilyn Eiffel is not something I take lightly. Her work has shaped our nation. Who is she? A human, a human as a human, woman, mother, leader, fighter, healer, empath, How dare this narcissist use the word empath? Are y'all serious right now? They just keep making a mockery of us. They just keep uh, no shame, absolutely no shame. Wow. A healer, empath, a risk taker, and dream maker has shaped my heart and also my stamina to never stop believing in a future that's better and safe for everyone. No one's safe from you, especially Justin Baldoni, Jamie Heath, and Wayfair, or any man. Honestly, woman too. We've just seen the reports. We've seen what she's been up to, and it's egregious. Thank you, Time, and thank you, Cheryl and Eiffel, for one of the most surreal and meaningful moments of my life in this honor. My 10-year-old self is pretty blown away right now. Woo. All right. Mm. The audacity. I think it's the audacity that it really just. I know how horrible she is. You guys know how horrible she is, but to see it in real time, the things she's saying, and wow. All right. So let's get into what the comments are, what people have been saying. And of course, there's thousands of them out there, even on my X account. If you guys are not following me, make sure you follow me on X. I'm Real Melanie King. All the links to my social media are listed in the description box. You pretty screwed yourself, Time, adding Blake Lively for something she did in 2019 to save face from having her wedding at a plantation. It is clear to everyone to get on these lists, you just have to pay a price. Time, you have no credibility. I agree. The fact that Blake Lively made it to the Time 100 list is disgusting. She and Ryan Reynolds never supported the Black community before until it was known that they were married on a slave plantation. How much did they pay for that article? And actually, even after people they had been getting slammed for years, they did nothing about it, didn't apologize, didn't care. And again, it was not until the protests happened and more people were putting a spotlight on it. These lists and awards in the entertainment industry lately appear to be extremely questionable. Having someone with Blake's current reputation on this list makes me doubt the entire selection. Mainstream pop culture media is totally bought and paid for. Yes, it is. Seriously? LMAO. Time, this is embarrassing and disgusting of you. How much is this costing her? Just pay Baldoni the 400 million already. In the long run, it will be cheaper. True. Oh, I don't know because at trial, he's asking for 400 million, but he can get more. How much did they pay for that? Time Mag is making itself a joke with this BS. Blake babes, pack it up. I wonder how much she paid for this write up. Yeah, people are reading through the BS. They realize this is just a pay for play. This is what all the PR is. This is what all the media is. They spin these narratives and they try to protect those who, are the right people, the right ones. and they ignore the facts. They ignore what is really going on. They ignore what the Hollywood elite do, unless they're one of the people that are, being xed out, being canceled out. Then they'll report on it. But it's all controlled. It feels like it's Hollywood and the media are all controlled from one central location. And we as regular people aren't really privy to what goes on in these backroom dealings and who are the puppet masters behind it all. But I think if we started investigating who owns Time, who owns, all of these different publications and news outlets, I think a picture will start to form, which I plan to do. Is this a joke? Wow. Dot, dot, dot. Time is dead. No, can't make it up, but this proves you sure can pay for the honor. I'm so tired of celebrities getting their way, especially when they deceive people and lie. I really hope karma gets her. But 2019 was 6 years ago, and it's 2025 now. I don't understand. These PR stunts make me like her less. Do they realize that? Can someone say desperate? The Markles often get awards. Think we all know how people like them go get on these lists. Well, that confirms those are paid appointments, just like on the Walk of Fame, which I believe there's a $75,000 fee. You have to be nominated. Honestly, the $75,000 is it's nothing to these Hollywood bigwigs, but it is a pay for play. And then it's the right people that you know. And if you're blessed, just like what we see with these media outlets, if you get the crown, if you are chosen, then that's what they do. None of it is fair, none of it's equal, and none of it is authentic or real. It's just PR spin and BS, and they promote who they want to promote, and that's who they kind of force on us. Even like some people, when I see People magazine and they would say Ryan Reynolds was the hottest dad alive, and then he was the hottest man alive. And what planet is Ryan Reynolds hot? And he's the hottest ever? Even amongst actors, that's a deranged take, but they push it. It's like they force feed it. So if they say it enough and they put it out there enough, well, then it's like they're trying to do mind control and to get us to believe it. But now we're seeing through it. We're seeing through the BS because regular content creators, people, mommy sleuths, daddy sleuths, we're able to see for ourselves what the truth is. Meh. It says literally says meh. It sounds like I'm doing like a sheep noise. Meh. Time is now as irrelevant as she is. Okay. Oh, I did that already. All right. So they're just putting some of the same ones. I think that was a mistake. Lively was slated for being desperate, as one social media user remarked. These PR stunts make me like her less. Do they realize that? Okay. Another member of the public opined, oh, she's influential, all right, especially when it comes to maliciously destroying an innocent man's career. Takes a true narcissist to do that. Karma is coming for her. Meanwhile, Lively shrugged off her controversies and issued a statement saying, it's an honor to be acknowledged on Time's 100 list for 2025. We read that already. Okay, so this is just getting into the post that we already read. In her testimonial, Eiffel hailed Lively as a philanthropist and a serious person who was committed to move this country forward. And I'm not going over this BS this lady was talking about. And I wonder how much she was paid or what she was given in order to do this. This is Blake's story. Oh, here we go. I'm able to see this moment, almost looking back from the future or looking ahead from childhood. And from every time period, I can see how profound this is to me. Not just to be included, but to have a voice. It's a fortunate thing when it should be a given. So she's really trying to say that she now has a voice, which she's always had. But of course, that's a play on saying, trying to act like she didn't have a voice because Justin Baldoni was doing all of the sexual harassment to her and she couldn't speak out and all of that. We know it's lies, but you see her kind of like playing into that here. It says, it's a fortunate thing when it should be a given. Huh? What should be given? You to be included, you to have a voice. So, okay, she's so dumb. This sentence, the way it's reading, Not just to be okay, she says that at this moment she's looking at blah blah blah. Not just to be included, but to have a voice. And then let's skip the fortunate thing and it says it should be a given. So she is saying that this should be a given for her that she's included and have a voice, I guess, in Time magazine. Wow, the entitlement. So thank you to Time and to each of you who uplift the many who live boldly, even when it's scary. Again, she's trying to say that she's scared, that she, spoke out against Justin at a very scared time. And she's so, oh my goodness, because he did so much to her when in reality she did it to him. Oh, here's more of her story. And thank you, Sherilyn Eiffel, for your words. Since the day I met you, you have shown me grace, kindness, curiosity, wisdom, strength, knowledge, and the power of the female fire to illuminate in times of darkness. She goes on and on and on. It's just like when she talks, it's like word salad. She just throws as many words to the wall to see how many will stick. This woman, who you've probably spoken to once or twice, and you only did it under duress because you were trying to clear out your name and get some good PR, she's shown you grace, kindness, curiosity, wisdom, strength, and knowledge, and the power of female fire to illuminate in times of darkness. Okay. You constantly illustrate how connected we all are and can be when division feels like the only ending. Thank you for your light, your fire, your work, and your words. Oh, I like this fire because that's sounding like your dragons. Girl, stop. Like, this is the okay. She added that Lively's comments to she edited okay, Lively's commitment for her children and all this other stuff. Oh god. All right. So they're just going back over the stories and things that they've already shown. Um and who she's been included with the Titans. And it says Netflix chief Ted. All right. Yeah, they're just having all the different people who were included. So I'm not going to go over. Oh, her hair is stunning. So if you guys don't know, I did not do a video about it, but I posted on X. This is the cast member who actually spoke out and defended Justin Baldoni in that 60 Minutes Australia piece. I didn't get a chance to do it, so it's like old news now, but I did report on it. I think it was the first person to post it on X. And I say I was the first person. Whenever I say that, is because people will accuse me, oh, you got that from someone else. You took that from someone else. And I have to like clarify I didn't. But even if I did, we're sharing information. I don't care if someone uses my receipts, I use their, like, none of us own this. Like, there's we don't have any like copyright to the information and receipts out there. Each one of us have different audiences and people want to hear these receipts from different people or a different take or spin from people who are covering this story. So please stop with the childish games. It's giving Blake. It's giving Blake. All right. So they're just giving more. Oh, here am I. Oh, I'm in here. This is the most egregious PR stunt Blake Lively has ever done. It's so offensive. I thought it was satire. Time magazine said, F it, and named Blake Lively one of the most influential of 2025 in the Titan category as a civil rights champion. Why? She and Ryan Reynolds. So in my video yesterday, I read my whole thing, but they include me a lot on here. It's kind of crazy. So, here are some people who she has her comments limited to only select people. And so do Ryan Reynolds on Instagram. As you guys know, I am blocked on X by Ryan Reynolds, not by Blake, though. She seems to be more man enough than he is, right? But on there, the comments are limited. And so it's just people that she approves can make a comment. On Ryan Reynolds, it's the same thing on Instagram. But if you see all the comments, like when he posts something, and they only get like 10 comments because that's the only people they can approve of. No celebrities are commenting, no one's supporting them. Their friends have abandoned them. But on Ryan's, it's all like Ryan Reynolds, like fan pages. It's so fake, so fake. So this is the same thing with this. You know how fake this is. Uh, yes, so proud of you. Well deserved, goddess. So deserved. Yes, freaking. Oh, yes, well earned, well deserved. So, okay. Who are these people? Oh, Elizabeth Perkins. I feel like I've heard of her name. And Lorraine Schwartz. I feel like I've heard those names. Leave a comment if you know who those are, because I don't have the energy to even look these people up. But yeah, guys, that's it. They're getting slammed across the board. Their tiny little bit of pro Blake or pro Ryan comments on Instagram that they've curated and are limited aren't making a difference, aren't making a dent. And this Time magazine, just like every other PR stunt that Blake has done, it has backfired. Like completely backfired on her yet again. And she's just not getting the message. There's not enough you can do to clean up your image. Even if you apologize to Justin, admitted everything you did, yeah, maybe you'll get some brownie points for finally coming clean and having that epiphany. But every time I think about giving her a break, or, it's not in my nature to just constantly harp on somebody, pull out every detail of their life and do this. It's because I'm not bullying, none of us are bullying, but it's not natural for me to be so like digging into somebody's, unless they're a politician or something like that. But for the most part, I don't it's not natural for me to do this to somebody. So a lot of times I find myself like, should I give her a break? Should I not say this, that, and the other? And that's just my natural kind of empath way. That's why when she said about an empath, it just really ticked me off because she has no idea the agony it is being an empath. You're always in this fine line of, feeling other people's feelings. So there's times where I will put myself in her shoes. I think naturally it's just like the way my brain is wired, and I don't try to do it. But then I start looking at the lawsuit. I look at what happened to Justin Baldoni. I think about the false sexual harassment. I think about the Deadpool movie, their daughter Inez. I think about all of these details. And then I look at the things they're continuing to do, the things they're continuing to file, what they've done to Jed Wallace, where he had nothing to do with it, with this case, nothing to do with a smear campaign against her. And this man does not have the resources like she does. And when he filed his motion to dismiss with a declaration of, listen, I had nothing to do with it, which is a pretty bold statement to make because you can come under criminal charges if you're lying. Well, they shot back at him with over 800 pages to try to weigh him down in legal fees. The very thing that the California law that she's trying to claim protection under, that's what is meant for victims of real sexual harassment or discrimination. So that they aren't, the retaliation of somebody having more money doesn't weigh them down in legal fees, that they're able to fight or bring their case forward, even if they don't have the resources. So she's wanting to claim that law that is meant for real victims and victims who don't have privilege, and she's using that to shield herself against Justin Baldoni. It's not going to work, but that's what she was hoping for. But then she's doing it to someone else. And then I just think about Justin Baldoni having to be hospitalized because of the stress. And then there's a picture of him with his kids and hugging them. And you saw how, if you look at him now versus at the It Ends With Us premiere and how skinny he was back then, you just know what he was under. Any of you guys who have been bullied or suffered under narcissistic abuse, you understand intrinsically how horrific it is, what a nightmare it is. You can't eat, you can't sleep. You could be pushed to the point of wanting to delete yourself. And many people have been, even children who have been bullied. So when I think about that and the injustice that has taken place and the injustice that continues to take place with the mainstream media and Hollywood and how many other people this is probably done to all the time, and they just don't have a way to fight back. That's what keeps me going. That's what like kills my empathy kind of force field that I start to feel. So I just wanted to put that personal note out there because she deserves everything that's happening to her. I believe that she was calculated. Her and Ryan were calculated, conniving, and they did something that wasn't just an accident, a misunderstanding, a confusion. This was all planned. And then the nice pool character, the commercial I showed you guys yesterday, and putting them under duress, and she wasn't going to continue the movie, ambushing them, turning the cast against him, the New York Times article trying to destroy his entire business, his entire world. Her saying the black man looked at me with Jamie Heath, basically Emmett telling him, and all the things they've done in the past, guys. We can't let up. We've got to keep fighting. I don't want to hear from no lawyer or anybody saying that they should settle. It's easier that way, or that there's some type of they should come together and work it out or talk it out. Like, do they not realize, like, we are not about that life? Like, I get angry when I hear that, because that's basically telling a victim to just lay down for their bully again. I mean, as again, as somebody who's an empath who understands what this does to a person psychologically, emotionally, physically, spiritually, there is no compromise in this case. We must see it through, because, guys, if we are not understanding, I'm sorry, I'm going on a rant, but if you're still watching, thank you. But if you're not understanding, this is landmark. This has the opportunity to create new case law. Like, this is going to be a case that is studied for generations because of this. There have not been really too many cases of false claims of sexual harassment being found out. It is a very rare thing. So, with this happening now, there's an opportunity to really change a narrative and to really advocate for real victims. And whether that is a woman who is a victim of assault, of harassment, or a man who is wrongly accused, who is falsely accused of assault or harassment, both are victims. And this is a way for us to really change how the justice system, how Hollywood, how media, how all of these things take place, and even the laws in California, which were meant to protect true victims. You can see how the privileged, the elite, the conniving, the narcissists, the sociopaths will use something that is meant for those people, and they will take it for themselves. It's what we see all the time. The rich take, and we're supposed to just acquiesce and lay down and let it happen. And things that were meant to protect us, protect regular people, well, no, they use those things, those laws, and those protections in order to shield them from accountability, and to fake as though they are victims when in reality they are the victimizers. So I went on a rant. This is a long video. Let me see how long. Oh Lord, almost 30 minutes. So guys, if you're sorry, it's glitching. If you're still watching, thank you. Make sure you're subscribed, like I said. And I have something else. Hopefully I can do it tonight. If not, it'll be in the morning. But you guys, make sure your notifications are on so you don't miss out on what I have coming next. And with that, I will see you guys on the next one.